You can have intuitions and they might be right, but the way to be confident and the way for them to count as good evidence is to show that they are probably right. So asserting that people have intuitions doesn't make them evidence. It doesn't make them reliable. And it doesn't mean that people's intuitions about whether the God is a Christian God, a Scientologist God, a Hindu God, a Muslim God, or some other God that nobody's proposed as any demonstration that it's likely to be correct. And this hour of the debate is supposed to be about evidence of God. I still am waiting.
So your standard of evidence takes out all moral claims, moral truths, I'll say, actually, because I do believe it is a moral truth that harming others for no reason is wrong. I can't demonstrate that. I can't bring you peer-reviewed studies to establish that. I do believe that the law of non-contradiction is true. I can't bring you scientific evidence for that. I can't demonstrate that in a proof. I do believe that the external world exists. I cannot demonstrate that through a proof. I can't bring you scientific evidence for that. All of those things and much more. Basic mathematical truths, basic aesthetic truths, like eating human flesh is disgusting. That is a truth. And I will stand by that. But there's no scientific result that will say that that is true. But it is true. That is reality. We all have these universal truths that we abide by in understanding reality. But none of that has to do with scientific evidence. None of that has to do with having this kind of deductive proof. Yet it's still true. Yet it's still a reality. What the atheist does, and in general, not just Matt, the atheist says that, well, none of that is really real. And we don't need to talk about that. Let's just talk about what is scientific. But this is a drastic, violent limitation on reality that the vast majority of humanity, not only today, but throughout history, doesn't share. People don't have this scientific reductionist view of reality.